Bargnani passes to Larkin. From deep three-point range. Tries again. And Robinson with the layup.
It's still early, but they've started to establish themselves on the glass here.
Yeah, scrappy, Clark, for each and every rebound. They are not backing down.
Here is Livingston. Three-pointer. The shot, no good. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some. And Nets head coach Lionel Hollins known for nice challenges anyone. And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second.
To get the offensive glass.
Yep, and they've set the tone here early with the hustle they've come out with.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Bogdanovich out there with Jarrett Jack. Unloads from 13. The offensive rebound. Bargnani dishes to Jack. There's the triple. A nice shot by Bogdanovich. Bogdanovich has got the lead up to 6 now for Brooklyn.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Nets were pretty far back from relevance at times last season, as we saw. It took a late season hot streak for them, Greg, to get into the playoff picture.
Yeah, and that was a neck-and-neck race with the Pacers right till the very end. Not exactly what they had in mind at the start of the season, but they did pull through. And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Here is Livingston. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Bogdanovich, and the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And it's an 11-point Nets lead.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that.
The Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Well, you know, the Nets were able to sneak into the playoffs as the 8th seed last year. Had some good wins against the Western Conference, and that really was a big boost for them getting to the postseason.
Nets were just under 500 against the Western Conference last season. In the East, that is a very respectable mark.
Yeah, I mean, how about they were actually better against the West than the East a season ago. Their win percentage against the Western teams was narrowly better than games against the East.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Brown comes in for Bogdanovich. Now here's Curry. He has 6. That's good. Curry's got 9.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
In the corner, it's Jack. And the rejection by Ezeli. And it's the Warriors on the break. On its way from Curry for 2. And another basket for Golden State.
Oh, what a sweet stroke from Curry on that one.
Nets leading by 6. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Johnson attacking, and that one's good. Johnson's got his second basket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Good.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
And Jack kicks to Lopez. Screen by Young. And Thompson sends it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Thompson. Green, he's checked in for Maurice Spates. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Larkin, he's checked in for Jarrett Jack. Shot clock at 6. There's the dish to Lopez. Outside Curry. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. A nice bounce back year for Harrison Barnes, Clark, in year 3. Moved into the starting lineup last year and really responded.
Yeah, he did. I think he benefited from the new system. He was miscast as an isolation scorer, but when he can spot up for threes and catch the ball on the move, that's his game.
Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And the Nets also making a change. Robinson's checked in. Lopez with the bucket.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
Yeah, the defense is all about disrupting timing and spacing, and what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
Now here's Curry. Bucket. He's made now 6 for 8 on the night.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Harrison Barnes, very high the eye test. And with his size, he can punish smaller wings and create mismatches. And then also he can play some small ball power forward at times as well with the way they like to space the floor.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
Pass to Ezeli. He feeds it to Barbosa. Golden State moving it around. Here's Curry with the 3, and it's sent back by Lopez. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. The Warriors making a switch here. Iguodala's checked in. The Nets also changing it up. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. And Ellington is subbed in for Brown. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Curry with the 3. Count that one. Curry's got 20 points.
And you talk about Harrison Barnes overall. He had a nice uptick in his rebounding last year, and that was a goal of his. He wanted to get his activity level up. And oftentimes the difference between being good and great is just making those small incremental improvements in different facets of your game.
Shots good from Bargnani.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Now here's Curry. 20 points for him. We've got 28 seconds left in the first half. This one for 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
All these open threes they're giving up have really been the driving force of this run.
And the points are starting to add up in a hurry, especially when you're giving up those looks from deep.
Here's Larkin. He kicks it to Bargnani. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved the layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. It's the Nets. They're up by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. What's the attitude you have as a team right now?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, it's really thrilling to come.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. They never trailed by more than 3 points, and it was neck and neck the entire period. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. And from what we saw so far from the Nets, Kenny, what's your takeaway?
Well, the reserves really came through when they needed a spark. This is a close game. Any points you can get from your bench are huge. I thought the bench guys came in and inserted themselves like they wanted a starting spot, and that's what you want.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is about to get underway. Kevin Harlan.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
How about Steph Curry in this one? He has 23 points, and he's buried a ton of three-pointers in this game, too.
Yeah, I think we need a calculator to keep track of just how many of those he's knocked down.
Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3. Ezeli is out there with Draymond Green, and it's Curry in at the point guard position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And guys, I would have to say one of the most underrated defensive players in the NBA, Draymond Green. Might not be the case anymore after coming in second in the Defensive Player of the Year voting last year.
Yep, he might not look the part. You know, undersized, but you talk to the scouts and the stat geeks, they'll tell you he's one of the best in the game defensively.
Johnson the screen, kicks to Jack, to the middle, here's Young, and the rejection by Ezeli. On its way from Curry for 2, again Golden State.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches. And for Green, long arms, great anticipation. We talk about the IQ. Also the willingness to absorb contact, all part of what makes him special on the defensive end of the floor.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
That's going to be over and back, not watching for the line that time. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway.
And, you know, now we have all these analytics, and if you look at all the advanced measures for defense, Draymond Green is one of the best in our game. I mean, and teams are better able to measure now defense with player tracking and the cameras. So I think that helped Green when the time came for him to sign his contract.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
Spates checked in for the Warriors. The Warriors leading. Curry. The half-court bomb falls off target. Stolen by Thompson. The numbers in their favor.
Yeah, real nice shot selection there. I guess he's working on his buzzer beater form.
That's a reach, but perhaps that is the case. Or maybe he was trying to knock a bird off of the scoreboard.
He's about right. Because I still can't figure that one out.
No, and I see no birds up there.
No.
Lopez passes to Jack. Shot, high post. The wide open look here for Lopez. And again, it's the Nets missing.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
For so long, there has been this mindset that Golden State wins through offense, but their defense, you know, Gia, you were talking about this, is where the true strength of this team lies.
Yeah, I think that's what's really allowed them to separate when you look at the rest of the league. I mean, they led the league in opponents' field goal percentage last season, and some nights the shots weren't falling, but the defense always showed up.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Brooklyn trailing. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
Jack's shot is good. Jack's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Curry can't get it to go.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
And Jack kicks to Johnson. Here's Lopez, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Well, the defensive rotations, Greg, have been a step slow, and it's really helped them get that ball inside time after time.
Outside Jack. Lopez sets a screen for Johnson. Here's Jack. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Now it's a 4-point Nets lead.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
You know, they found the holes in the defense and really doing a great job of exploiting them.
Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. 31 points for Steph Curry. Brooklyn's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
And, guys, you talk about ascendant stars in the NBA. None brighter than Steph Curry, the leading vote getter for the All-Star game a season ago. But what I love, he doesn't let it go to his head. I mean, he remains grounded and focused on winning.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
Clearly, they've been outclassed in the paint, really at both ends of the floor.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Curry's got 11 points in the quarter.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
And their defensive rotations have been non-existent.
What I like, though, about Stephen Curry also is his demeanor, Clark. He cheers on his teammates, keeps his head up through adversity. He does it all.
Yeah, he's pretty much unflappable. He's level-headed, and he puts his teammates first. That's what makes him a championship-caliber superstar.
They now take the lead. 9 points for Barnes.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Here's Brown. And it's Brook Lopez with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Barnes. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. And a new group in for the Nets. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Bogdanovich comes in for Joe Johnson. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Markel Brown. And it's Larkin in for Jarrett Jack. Azili's checked in for Maurice Spates. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. The Nets shooting around 40% in the third. Maybe settling for some less than ideal looks out there. Here's Ellington. And again, no good by Brooklyn. The Warriors have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime, 5 out of 11. And Green gets it to go.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And, guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Bogdanovich, no luck. And it's Golden State's ball. They're on a 12-4 run. And he gets it to go.
Back-to-back threes for him. Defense is slacking off a little.
You've got to respect that three, or you'll give up points in a hurry.
Larkin kicks to Bargnani. 1 second left. No good. Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Warriors lead by 7. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.